Imagine someone secretly handed you a strange pair of glasses. You put them on, nothing seems different. Not enough for you to notice. Just enough to quietly change how you see people. How you judge situations. How you remember the past. How you imagine the future. The frightening part, you trust everything you saw, because you wouldn't even realize the glasses were there. Your brain has something surprisingly similar. Psychologists call them thinking traps. Invisible mental shortcuts that quietly change the way you see reality. Today, I have a challenge for you. Before this video ends, see if you can catch your brain jumping ahead of reality, at least 3 times. I have a feeling it's already happened. Your phone vibrates. A message appears. Can we talk tomorrow morning? Nothing else, no explanation. Quick, what was your first thought? Did your stomach tighten? Did your breathing become just a little faster? Did your brain quietly whisper, I'm in trouble? Maybe you imagined losing your job. Maybe you pictured tomorrow, before tomorrow even arrived. But notice something, none of that actually happened. Your brain simply finished the story, before reality had a chance to. Psychologists call this catastrophizing. It's your brain trying to prepare you for the worst possible outcome, before it even knows what the outcome is. Here's what's fascinating, catastrophizing doesn't mean you're weak. Or negative. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your day, it's trying to protect you. Thousands of years ago, imagining the worst sometimes kept people alive. Today, that same survival system can turn a simple text message into hours of unnecessary stress. The next time your mind writes a horror story, pause. Then ask yourself, what facts do I actually have? Sometimes, that single question is enough to bring you back to reality. Imagine you've spent weeks preparing for an important exam. The results finally arrive, you pass. But you don't get the score you were hoping for. Suddenly, one thought appears. I'm a failure. Really? One exam has somehow become your entire identity. Notice what happened. Your brain quietly erased every improvement, every lesson, every success, except one imperfect moment. Psychologists call this black and white thinking. When your mind believes something must be completely good, or completely bad with nothing in between. But real life almost never works that way. You can make a mistake without being a failure. You can disagree without ruining a friendship. You can still be learning, without falling behind. Growth doesn't happen at the extremes. It happens in the space between them. Let's try another experiment. You're walking through a busy shopping mall. Someone looks at you for just a second, then looks away. Quick, what did they think about you? Did they judge your clothes? Your appearance? Did they recognize you? Here's the surprising part, you don't know. You can't know. Yet within seconds your brain quietly begins writing the story. Because your brain hates unfinished stories. Maybe they were simply looking for someone behind you. Maybe they liked your jacket. Maybe they weren't thinking about you at all. Psychologists call this mind reading. Assuming we know what someone else is thinking, without actually knowing. A friend seems unusually quiet. They don't laugh as much, they leave early. Almost immediately your mind asks, did I do something wrong? It's a question many of us have asked. But stop for a moment. How much evidence do you actually have? Could something else be happening that has nothing to do with you? Psychologists call this personalization. It's when our minds automatically connect unrelated events back to ourselves. Sometimes, people are simply tired, overwhelmed, distracted, carrying burdens we know nothing about. Not every storm is about you. Imagine you're about to give an important presentation. Your heart races. Your hands feel cold. Your stomach tightens. Your mind whispers, "I'm going to embarrass myself." But notice something, everything you're experiencing is a feeling, not a prediction, not evidence. Just a feeling. Psychologists call this emotional reasoning. When we believe, if I feel afraid, then something dangerous must be happening. If I feel like a failure, then I must be one. But feelings are important signals. They deserve to be listened to. They just shouldn't be mistaken for reality. You've already uncovered 5 invisible thinking traps. But the next ones become even harder to notice. Because they don't just change how you think. They quietly change what you believe is true. Imagine you wave at someone across the street. They don't wave back. Almost instantly, your mind starts searching for an explanation. They're ignoring me. Maybe they're upset. Did I do something wrong? Then a few seconds later, they turn around, smile and wave. They simply never saw you. Psychologists call this jumping to conclusions. Your brain dislikes uncertainty. So sometimes it reaches an answer before enough evidence exists. The next time your mind finishes the story, ask yourself, what else could be true? Imagine you're talking during a group conversation. Everyone is listening. Then, you accidentally say the wrong word. Nobody reacts. But for the rest of the conversation your brain keeps replaying that tiny mistake. What must they think of me? Did I sound stupid? Are they still thinking about it? Now imagine you could hear everyone else's thoughts. One person is thinking about dinner. Another is wondering if they locked the front door. Someone else is worried about tomorrow's meeting. Almost no one is thinking about your mistake. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. We naturally tend to overestimate how much other people notice our mistakes, our appearance, and our awkward moments. The truth is most people are far too busy living inside their own minds. And that realization is strangely freeing. Because it means you don't have to be perfect to be accepted. Imagine there's something you've been hoping for a long time. Then, it doesn't happen. Almost immediately your mind whispers, this always happens. I'll never be good enough. Why even try again? But stop for a second. Did one moment really predict your entire future? Psychologists call this overgeneralization. It's when one difficult experience quietly becomes a lifelong conclusion. One rejection becomes, I'll always be rejected. One mistake becomes, I always fail. One chapter doesn't tell you how the whole story ends. Every new day gives you another chance to write a different page. Imagine you've just finished giving an important presentation. People thank you, they smile. They compliment your work. Then, one person looks disappointed. Hours later, guess which face your mind keeps replaying? Not the smiles. Not the encouragement. Just that one expression. Psychologists call this filtering. Your brain quietly zooms in on one negative detail, while pushing everything else out of the picture. It's a little like standing in a beautiful garden yet only noticing one dying leaf. The next time your mind insists everything went badly, pause and ask yourself, what good am I forgetting because one difficult moment became louder than the rest? Listen carefully to the voice inside your head. How often does it say, I should? I should have figured this out by now. I should always stay motivated. I shouldn't make mistakes. I should be better than this. Little by little, those invisible rules become impossible standards. And impossible standards often leave us feeling like we're never enough. Psychologists sometimes call these should statements. Rigid expectations we place on ourselves or on other people. Expectations that leave very little room for being human. Growth doesn't begin when you become perfect. It begins when you replace I should with what can I learn? Because kindness toward yourself isn't lowering the standard. It's creating the courage to keep moving even when you fall short. At the beginning of this journey, I asked you to imagine wearing a pair of glasses that quietly changed the way you saw reality. The truth is, the world around you hasn't changed. But perhaps, the way you see it, has. Thinking traps don't disappear overnight. Every human mind creates them. Including mine. But the moment you begin recognizing them, they slowly lose their power. Remember the challenge. How many times did you catch your brain jumping ahead of reality? Once? Twice? Or more than 3? Keep asking questions. Keep staying curious. Because understanding your mind is the first step toward changing it. Understanding your reactions doesn't excuse them, but it gives you the power to change them. Until next time, stay curious.